Hi there, happy hump day and welcome to Wednesday. So if you think back through your career or even currently, there'll be leaders that stand out. Leaders that stand out because they're awesome, and then leaders who stand out because, well, they're not really defining by their actions or showing by their actions what leadership is about, because they're in effect not good leaders. And I was chatting with someone about this the other day, and I was recounting a story which was from a couple of years ago. And I was sitting back in the days when I used to fly a lot, but I was sitting in the Virgin Lounge in Sydney, and Richard Branson was wandering around. And I was chatting to one of the staff, and they said to me, oh, look, this happens all the time. Every time he's in town, he stops, he makes the effort to come in and say hello to the staff and also to meet with clients and customers. Now, you think about it, busy man, but yet he makes the time to do something that he sees as important. And for the travelling public like myself, I saw it as valuable, and certainly the staff appreciated it. I contrast that with someone that I used to work with many, many years ago, who, if you walked past him in the corridor, he would actively avoid eye contact because he didn't want to interact with you. Now, he may have had a number of reasons why this was done, but for the person who was on the receiving end of it, what it said was, you don't matter, you're not important. So, being a leader, it can be hard, but there's also lots of things that you can do as a leader that have an impact, a good impact, that are really easy. Because at the end of the day, everyone wants to feel like they matter. Everyone wants to feel important. They want to feel valued for the work that they do. So I'm going to give you some ideas of some things, some really easy things that you can do to elevate your leadership. Now, as I go through these 9 things, you may sit back and go, that's pretty much like common sense and common courtesy, Michelle. Surely everybody would do this. Well, not everybody does. And the question for you is, out of these 9, which one of these don't you do? Or do you do sporadically and only occasionally? So firstly, be friendly. Say hello. Be interested in people when you are seeing them and interacting with them. So back in the day when we used to go to the office all the time, were you the person who would say hello? Or would you be the person who would be busily typing away and trying to ignore when your team were coming in the morning? Take an interest in people at a personal level. Now, obviously you don't want to pry or get into details that your team don't want to share with you, but most people want to be known. They want you to know a little bit about their life. So find out about what matters to them. Ask them about their family and their personal interests. Take the time to check in on people. If you're back in a working environment where it's an office, wander the floor, talk to people. And when you can, don't always send emails. There are times for emails, but there's also times where it's much better to do it face-to-face, or pick up the phone and have a conversation with people. Because sometimes things can get done far faster when it's done directly rather than indirectly through email. And when someone sends you an email, one of your team, a colleague, respond to it. And if you don't have time to respond to the email, have someone in your team who does it for you. Everybody deserves to be responded to. And I've been amazed throughout my career the number of people that I'll talk to who'll say, oh, my leader regularly ignores emails or requests that I make of them. Don't cancel one-on-one meetings. If you're one of those people who regularly your diary is moving and shifting, be really careful about the number of times you're moving one-on-one meetings, because if you keep cancelling, keep moving one-on-one meetings, what's that saying to your team member is, out of all of the list of priorities of things that need to get done, I come last. That sets a tone. It sets an impression of who you are and what matters to you. And not only does it mean that it's demonstrating that you don't value your team, it's also potentially elevating their stress levels, because for some people, one-on-one meetings are really important and can be quite stressful in terms of getting ready for them. Be polite. Be appreciative of the efforts of those around you. Doesn't say much. It doesn't take a lot of time to say please and thank you. Goes a long way. One of the best leaders that I worked for, she was really good at doing this, always acknowledging and always appreciating the work that you did. Pay attention. When you're with someone, when you're on a Zoom call, when you're with them in an office, when you're with them in a meeting, give them your undivided attention. Your presence matters. The fact that you're focusing on them matters. When you're distracted, when you shift your attention from them to whatever else is now in front of you, be it a phone call or a beep that's just happened on your phone, you're once again demonstrating that they don't matter. In the list of priorities, they've come second, third, or perhaps even last. And make sure you make time during the day to pick up the phone, to do things that are unexpected in terms of showing appreciation. These little things, they really are just little, and it's easy to get busy. It's easy to get distracted. It's easy to have lots and lots of things that are vying for your attention. But when you're a leader, your team need to matter, and they need to be at the top of your priority list, because all of these little things every day demonstrate that they matter to you. Now, I love the quote by Ernest Hemingway, who said, "There is nothing noble in being superior to your fellow man. True nobility is being superior to your former self." So with that, which of these elements do you need to do more of in terms of shifting your current behaviour? Lots of food for thought for this week. Take care, and I'll see you next week.